we would be done glazing, but we're not. Okay, I think we are going to be done today, and then on Monday we will be, I don't know, like making something. Um because I will have like the weekend to actually like finish up. I just have like let me see. Well, I have I'm trying to like shake this bottle. It is not shaking, so I think we might have to stir this. Let's see how bad it is. I don't know if I really want to like stir the whole thing like with you guys, because it's kind of boring. Oh yeah, this one's like, that's why it wasn't shaking. I feel like the top part is just a little bit drier than actually what it is like under it a little bit. I don't know, let's just kind of like stir it a little bit and see where this goes. So I think for the most part, we will have the majority done by this weekend. There's definitely been a lot to glaze. On Wednesday, I took a batch to the studio to be glaze fired. In that batch, I had some kind of like test tiles, but for underglaze, the new underglazes that I have, I bought like a bunch, like more than doubling what I had. So there are a lot of colors that I want to check them out and then possibly utilize in some of the more kind of like illustrative ideas I have for some of the plates. I've mentioned like earlier that I kind of wanted to do like, so I have these like small sized kind of like snack plates, and I've been wanting to do like maybe some like kind of cottagecore like kind of like illustrations on them with the underglaze. So stuff like maybe some like wildflowers, native to the US, because that's where I am. I think I'm kind of thinking of like starting with Michigan wildflowers, because that is where I grew up, and those are the ones I'm like, I've actually seen them and like more familiar with them. And then I might do some Oregon ones because I currently live in Oregon. So that's kind of like what I was thinking with some of them. And like flowers, I just kind of want to make sure I have like a bunch of colors available. Most times you can mix underglaze, like underglazes together and like combine them to get different colors. Sorry, my voice. So yeah, that is something you can do, but it's like, I already have them. I just need to see what they look like. So some of them some of those plates that I have planned, I'm going to wait until I get those test tiles back so then I can see how they look and all of that. This is very goopy. I'm not entirely sure like how this should be, so I think we'll just kind of like take a brush and see how it applies. So let's see. Okay, I don't feel like that's too bad. All right, I think we can work with this. What was I saying? Okay, so there are a couple things I am specifically waiting to do. But the ones that I actually like have solid plans for, I'm hoping to get those done over the weekend. The ones that I have like each pot has a little sticky note on it that says like the idea for it, like the glaze combination, or what's happening. I have a couple, the little like, so we made some little like, sort of like larger pinch pots in an earlier stream. And they have little handles on the side, and I have no idea like what I want to put on them. I'm kind of like, I don't know, I just kind of like set them off to the side until I get like a kind of like, I don't know, maybe like some good inspiration for that. So those ones I have like no idea about. And the other ones with kind of like maybe like the flowers, or I was thinking about maybe kind of like painting maybe like a little scene on it. Like I really want one that has like a bunny on it, or like I really want to do like some more cottagecore. I don't know if farmcore is a thing. Like I don't know, like I think it'd be really cute to have one with little chickens on it, or maybe like a cow, or like I don't know, maybe just like a barn in a field or something. I just think that would be so cute to have those kind of like illustrated ones. So that is what I have kind of like planned for some of them. I have this one that I have planned. It's like, I'm also waiting for the underglazes, but it's a little like kind of, it's a small-ish kind of plate. I don't know, kind of like airing on like a ring dish kind of thing. It's like fairly small. It's not like super small, but it's pretty small. And it just kind of looked like it was in the shape of a cake slice. So I was like, oh my god, that's perfect. And so I have it drawn out with pencil, like where the colors are going to go, and I'm just kind of like waiting to see the colors that I get, because I really want to do kind of like, I was planning on doing like a I don't know, like a strawberry cake. Like it has like yellow cake, like a white icing on top and in the middle, and then like strawberries inside of it, and then like a strawberry on top. That's kind of what I was thinking. So I'm really excited to do that one, but I want to like get the colors back. I'm not really sure. I want to get like the right color for like the like cake in like in it, like that right kind of yellow. Because you can't just use like any yellow. Like, and the only one that I have like right now for my test towel is like, it's bright yellow, that's what it's called, and oh, it is bright. It is like, whoa. And it's just not it's not the right one. Wow, I don't know why my voice is like so harsh. I guess because I haven't been talking at all today. I just like work from home alone, and I've just been sitting here in silence. So I have that planned. I do have a planter that I need to like make. I want to make like a little like tray for it, for the water to kind of like go into. So that one's kind of been pushed back a little bit. We're gonna wait until I make the tray for it. It has already been bisqued. So hopefully I can get something that the size isn't too far off. um, yeah. Is there anything else? I did set aside a small dish that I want to like paint my bunny on. You might have seen her in the corner of some of the videos, depending on like where the camera was pointing. Her name is Emmy, and she is a purebred Netherland dwarf, and she is super cute. She's a little cutie. She is what you would call a broken blue, and that means that she has primarily a white coat, but she's spotted with gray. She has gray spots. Mostly around her eyes, her ears, and then she has a couple spots on her back. And she's such a cutie. She's my little cutie patootie. And I would really like to put her on something, although I'm scared to like I don't know, I'm scared to like mix up my own gray for it. I have black and white underglaze, so I can like mix it up, but I'm like kind of scared to do it. So I've been like kind of procrastinating. But I have a little dish that I set aside for that when I feel good enough to attempt that. You may be wondering if you've watched like any of the other live streams, like what happened to some of the other pieces that we have. We have a carved kind of like candle holder, and that one is I am like extremely like slow drying it because I don't want anything to happen to it. I don't want it to dry too quickly and then crack. So that one that one has not been bisqued yet. I haven't checked on it in a long time. It might be ready for a bisque, but we don't have anything to bisque anymore. I took like all that I had basically that was ready, so we'll have to kind of like wait for the next wait to make a bunch of stuff, and then I'll take a load over there for a bisque firing, and then and then we'll get to underglazing that one, or maybe not underglaze it, maybe just like glazing it. I think I don't really have any specific ideas for that one. Maybe just something like on a more like probably like a white, probably. The glaze does like fall on it and like will skirt around the holes that we carved. So like if I did like one hole glaze and then one glaze on like the rim, it's going to like fall and like skirt around those, and like I don't know, depending on like how like bold that is, like I don't know if I'll like it. So yeah, we're thinking about that one. And then what else did we have? We had like some large, there's something else that's over there that's large, but it's like also covered up to slow dry. I forgot what it was. There are so many things. I'm trying to think. I have no idea. There's some other large thing over there. And another thing, I don't really want to do it like on the live stream because I don't know. I think like for one thing, I need to like focus and like not be like crazy concerned about like how well you guys can see what's happening and such, and like just kind of focusing on like doing it. But I was thinking about trying this like this method with so you kind of like you just like pour some glaze into like some kind of like container, add some water it down, and then like pour it into said container, like I don't know. Kind of like a bowl, or I have some plates that have like kind of like a taller rim to them that I'd like to put it in, and then you just kind of you pour like multiple glazes in, and just like not into the same like container to pour, but like you pour them into the plate or bowl like separately, and then just swirl them around and then let it dry like that. And I feel like that is gonna be like, I don't know, I'm just like, I'm kind of like scared to do it because I haven't done it, and I don't want anything weird happening, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, and I'm like running around like panicking while you guys are like watching. Like, I don't really want that to happen. We did do that underglaze swirl, which is like basically the same idea, except we only did like one color. But this one I'm thinking of doing a couple colors. I haven't even like for sure said like which colors I want to do in it. I'm thinking the colors are gonna be the same as that like that striped cup that we did. Something like that. They kind of there's like a bunch of colors that are pretty like neutral-ish, like white. There's a kind of a cream one. There's a pink, like a light pink, and then there's a different color that I put on the vase. I forgot what that was. I don't know, kind of like those colors. That's what I'm kind of thinking for the swirl. Hi, Robert. It's so nice to see you. Tuna noodle casserole. I think I know what you're talking about. Nope, I don't think I've ever heard of that. That sounds interesting. I haven't really had very many casseroles. My mom's not really someone to make casseroles. And like, have you guys ever noticed like, you never really see casseroles in restaurants? Like, Olive Garden will make lasagna, but like, you know, like lasagna's typically like, I don't know, I kind of think it's like a casserole. I don't know if there's a difference. I feel like that is a type of casserole. Like, they make lasagna, and I feel like other places also make lasagna, but they don't really make any other kind of like casseroles. I think that's interesting. You could probably make like a miniature casserole, you know, like, so you didn't have to make this giant thing. And then like split it up between random people that happen to order it. Like, I feel like you could like make that into a tiny, like a smaller version of that, so it's just like one serving. But it's kind of interesting, certain like Like, what kind of foods, like, are just things that you would see, like, families making versus, like, what you would see at restaurants? Um, I think that's, like, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. My partner's been, like, going... We went to this, like, cafe. It was, like, I would say it's, like, a Japanese cafe. They had a lot of Japanese things, and like I'm pretty sure like the majority of like the food and stuff was Japanese. And we got some like onigiri. That was like one of the few like food items they had. It was kind of more like kind of like a coffee shop, tea kind of thing. And they had some onigiri there, and he's like obsessed with it now, and he's like, we have to find places with it. I'm like, that's like, you don't really see that anywhere. Like, places don't really have that. Like, for one thing, if you do find a Japanese restaurant, they probably are either a ramen shop. I mean, sometimes like they'll have a few random other things. I haven't really been to very many ramen places. Or it's like strictly sushi. It's always just sushi, or maybe you'll find a like a poke bowl place. But I mean, that I feel like that is similar enough to being sushi. It's just, I would say it's just like deconstructed. But I don't I'm like trying to explain to him, like, it's kind of like going to a restaurant and saying you want a hot dog. Like, they would just look at you and be like, go make it at home. Like, just go home and make it yourself. Like, I'm like trying to explain that to him, because like that's kind of like what it is. Like, you don't like hot dogs, like famously like New York, it's like you have like those vendors on the street, you're on the go, you quick stop for a hot dog and you're going. And that's what onigiri is. Oh, sorry. If you guys like don't know what onigiri is, it's like it's typically in a triangle shape. It is rice, and then in the middle is some type of filling. The filling can change for whatever you want it to be. And then it usually has a little bit of seaweed on it on the outside. And that's what it is. It's just like this kind of like on the go, quick type of snack. As far as I know. So I was like, he has this like sudden obsession with it, and I'm like, I literally make them. Like, you literally already tasted one that I made. Like, we can make it when we get back home. Like, and he like, well, I didn't like make it in the triangle shape. Oh gosh, but it like, I did make one and he tried it and I guess he just forgot. I don't know. Okay, so we have some test tiles to do over here. So we don't have a ton that is exactly exciting, but I have a lot of these test tiles that really need this peach on it. Anyway, yeah, so I don't know. I think that might be like our new like cooking adventure. That's not, I mean, it's like, it's kind of like the equivalent to making a sandwich. But you know, whatever. I've only actually made like the one like classic recipe for it, which is tuna with, and it's just like mixed with mayonnaise, and like that's it. It sounds really weird, but like it's like one of the classic flavors, I think. I don't think no, I've probably had other ones. Um, I went to Japan like a long time ago. That was a long time ago. um, to see my family. I have my grandparents and, well, at the time, my great grandma, or yeah, great grandma, was living with my grandparents, and we went and visited them. Um, and we were there for, I don't even know how long, but it was a long time. Um, and I saw like, I don't know, some other people. Um, um, like, I don't know, like my aunts and, stuff, just kind of like a little family trip. It was really cool. I haven't been there like, that was like, I was in middle school, and I don't, definitely more than 10 years ago. I don't know how long ago that was off the top of my head. Yeah. Yeah, Robert, that sucks. um, yeah, I don't really like, well, I don't really cook very much. um, but I mean, like, if you really wanted, you could find like, some like very basic recipes, like anything that's probably involving a frying pan or that kind of thing is, I I feel like that would have sesame oil in it. But why am I need to not separate these. um but the onigiri thing, like, I guess I'm not sure if for some reason there would be sesame oil in mayonnaise. I don't know, but like that's what onigiri is. It is, what I do normally eat it with like soy sauce. Okay, I'm sorry, I literally don't know what sesame oil would be in. But like I know like from like some of the Asian recipes that I got from like those meal, like box meal kit things that you cook, that some like a lot of the Asian foods that you were like cooking on the stove had sesame oil. But like something like onigiri is just like, it's like rice, like, and then whatever filling you want to put in it. I mean, that could be like anything. The one that I do, it's literally just like tuna, mayonnaise, mix it together, and then like typically you eat it with like seaweed. I literally don't know if like sesame oil is involved in any of those like components, but there are definitely things that you could probably try. Something that I do is, I am not somebody that enjoys cooking. Um, so something you could do is make a poke bowl. And actually, I want this to be the same height, so I'm gonna go in and fix that. So a poke bowl is like, actually, okay, I need to fix a couple of these. I want some to be different heights and some the same. So a poke bowl is like, that's what I would say. It's a deconstructed, like sushi. And sushi rice it's supposed to have, like rice vinegar in it, and that gives it a little bit of a different flavor. I'm too lazy to do that, so I just use straight up rice Um, I mean, like, it just gives it like a little bit of a, like a slightly different flavor. But you just have like a poke bowl, you just have the bed of rice, and then on top of it, you have all kinds of like toppings. You know, like a poke bowl place is kind of like Subway. You just go down the line and you tell them like what you want on it. Or they have ones where you can like classic rolls that you want. Like a California roll is really classic. That is cucumber, like that fake crab. And what else is in that? Oh yeah, avocado. And then you have like the rice, and then you just like have some seaweed on the side. So that's kind of just like that's what I do. I just like have like the bed of rice and then throw on like whatever toppings on top, and then just like do like that. And it's like, I mean, for the most part, it's basically sushi. I don't know like a ton about your or your what is it? Let me say it. Sesame oil thing, but yeah. For at least like a non-cooking version. Oh, you don't like avocados? They do kind of have a weird a weird like texture. I think I'm pretty like okay with it. I guess I'm just kind of like used to that. If you're like comparing it to like other vegetables, it is like definitely unlike anything else. Okay, let me see what else we have. I think that was, oh wait. Well, actually we have to finish these. I'm like all over the place. Okay, so we're gonna put our other coat on here. I'm just gonna move some of my little notes around. That is very unfortunate, Robert. I would like, luckily I don't have any like food allergies. I'm not really sure if I'm allergic to pineapple or if everybody just like gets an itchy tongue when they eat pineapple. I don't know. Nothing extremely bad happens, but otherwise, like, I'm really glad I don't have like a food allergy, because that's like I don't know. I would hate to have to be like always like on the lookout for that in like ingredients, and like some things like you don't even like, you wouldn't even like assume that's in certain things. I don't know. For a long time, I didn't even know like literally anything about like what was in mayonnaise. I didn't know it was made of like eggs. I literally didn't know what it was made of. It's just this white goop. Like, I don't know. I think that'd be like really annoying to have to be like always vigilant. I don't really know like a better word for that, because vigilant just kind of sounds like you're like Batman or something, or like, I don't know, like a superhero like waiting for crime. And like, I don't know. Actually, the other day I was like, does peanut butter have sugar in it? I was like, I do know that like you don't have to put anything in it to like make peanut butter. Like, they just have like, peanuts just have like that natural like oil that just turns it into peanut butter when you like crush it up. And I was like, does this even have other stuff in it? And like, yeah, like whatever brand I have, like it has like other things in it. But I was like, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know peanut butter had sugar in it because it's like so salty for the most part. I'm not really like I'm not really like someone that would make things like that from scratch. But I am getting like a little bit of an interest in like some of that kind of stuff. Like some of those like maybe like condiments or I don't know, dips and stuff. I am kind of like a little interested in that. Because like some of those like homemade ones are really good. We went to this restaurant and they had this like I'm pretty sure it was I think they made it from scratch, I'm pretty sure. Because it I don't know. I mean, unless they just somehow just found this really amazing boxed or whatever like store-bought ranch. But like I mean like I like ranch. I'm from the Midwest. Like I like ranch. Like mostly like on vegetables or like that's my go-to for a salad. And they like served it with my tater tots, which I thought was weird because why would you eat ranch with tater tots? But it was really good. It was like crazy good. Like I wanted to take some home to like bake up some tater tots and eat it. I was like, this is so good. Like it doesn't even it tastes like so different from just like store-bought ranch. And I'm like, maybe I should like try some of this stuff or maybe like make like jam or something. Something like that. Maybe that'd be kind of cool. My mom does that. She does like strawberry preserves. And those are so good. That is something that I would be interested in doing. It can't be like that hard because like my mom does it and she does not she doesn't like cooking or baking like ever really, but she does do that. So like it must not be like that hard to do. Or just like I don't know, like I've been watching like some cooking shows and stuff. Some of those like cake making competitions. I don't know, it's just kind of like I don't know, just like watching like listening to them like talk about like I don't know, like lemon curd or like these I don't know whatever they put whatever they're putting in there. Some of them are like desserts, like not specific, or some of them are cakes. But just like I don't know, just like maybe checking that out. I think it's kind of like kind of like low effort in a way because you could make like quite a batch and then it's not just for like one meal like how cooking is a lot of the time. I mean, you can make like a week-long meal, but like you can really stretch some of that stuff to have for later. Like my mom's like I don't know, I guess you would say strawberry preserves. She just like she makes like a ton, like there's so much. And then she just throws it in the freezer and they sit in the freezer for like years. And like they're still like really great. Like after a while you eat it with like ice cream or something. Sometimes I used to put it on like toast, but it's a little like watery for toast. So I'm kind of like interested in some of that. I feel like I feel like I need to live my cottagecore dreams here. And like, I don't know, make some pies and I don't know, do baking things. I did make a pie the other day. It was like a blueberry pie, and it's like, it just had like frozen blueberries, pre-made pie crust, and like sugar, flour, lemon in it. Oh my god, it was like, I mean, we didn't use all of the blueberries because I did buy a pretty big bag, but just the bag of blueberries alone was the cost of like the store-bought pie. So I'm like, oh, I'm like, this pie is like so expensive. I was like, no wonder the pies are so expensive when when you can like go buy like a store-bought one. Wait a minute. I'm like, oh my gosh, I like zone out completely, and I've like forgotten what we've done here. I think I'm gonna set these off to the side and review the coats on them. I literally have no idea how many coats I did on each. Okay, I'm just gonna put this off to the side and we'll just like do, we have like 17 minutes to quickly do a coat for something else. Should put this, I'll just put that there. Okay, I'm just gonna like throw this brush off to the side and I'll just like go clean it later. What do we have? Okay. We are going to take this one that we were working on. We're going to put the other glaze on it. So let me just shake it up real quick. It's so weird. Like, it literally sounds like it's just water in here. But then when you open it up, it's like very like goopy. It's so weird. Is this a good brush size? I think this brush is okay. All right. So this is the one we were doing earlier today. And we're just gonna put some of this white cloud on top of it. Okay. I want to like check my notes, see if it, because some of them I was doing like special things with them, like maybe the second coat was just like on the rim or something, but no, we're just doing 2 full coats on this one. I'm really excited to see, well, I mean, we have so many things to get glazed and come back. I'm so excited to see the different experiments that we have. This one I think will be really nice. So sometimes when you're using glaze, like glaze is not the same as paint, because you are getting a chemical reaction when it is put into the kiln. I have mentioned before, kind of like, it's kind of adjacent to like the kiln and such is kind of adjacent to like like cooking or baking, you have a chemical reaction that's happening. So like if you put cookie dough into the oven, and then it comes out as cookies, and it's like definitely, it's like kind of the same thing. Like you had like like they're kind of the same, but they're kind of different, because of that chemical reaction that happened. And there are different types of reactions that you can get with glazes. I don't think that I have used these glazes in combination. A lot of the ones that I have are very, they've been acting very like stable. So this one we have a peach color on the bottom, and then we have a whitish color on the top. And when we put this into the kiln, what should happen, this white is very typical for like being not fully opaque, and typically you can see through it. So I'm thinking this one should, you should see the pink through the top white glaze, but like not completely. Like you have like that combination of the one shining through. But you never know, because this is like not, a lot of people do like refer to this as like painting glaze on, and like some people like don't know that glaze is like so different from paint. But so what we can get sometimes is a chemical reaction where these two glaze components together will create another color. I don't like, if they did, I don't know like what that, I don't have a guess to what that would look like. Sometimes it just has to happen, I think. Maybe if I knew more about the chemistry aspect of ceramics, maybe I would have a better idea. I have no idea. There's so much chemistry that happens in ceramics. It does make me a little bit curious about learning more about chemistry, but chemistry is not my strong suit either. But that's what's happening. So it could, I think most likely it will turn out how I expect. But sometimes you can get weird things happening. Like, I don't know, it could turn brown maybe. I don't have a ton of ideas about that. I think that is, I might be wrong, but I think that is the draw to using, like, there are two types of firing that you can do at, like, in a kiln. I think, okay, I don't know a ton about this, so hopefully no one comes at me, like, in the comments. I'm just trying to get like some basic info out there so you kind of like know about it, and then like you could Google it if you know about it. Or like if you don't even have any idea of it existing, you can't Google it. So I don't know, I'm just gonna throw it out there. So there are like two kinds of firings that you can do. There's oxidation, and then there's reduction. So I don't know why. My guess is that like my studio does oxidation, I'm pretty sure. And that is when the kiln has a constant airflow throughout it. It has access to air. But if you, and the reason for that, I'm pretty sure, is that I don't know if you are physically capable of doing a reduction firing in an electric kiln, which is very typical of studios. A lot of studios will only have electric kilns, and usually I think you do reduction in a different type of kiln, like wood fired, gas fired, those other ones where a lot of studios they would just have electric kilns. That's what powers it. So I think that is why. I also don't know if that is. I don't think that is specific to high fire, but that is the only place I've seen it. Like, in the classes I took at the university, we were doing high fire, where right now I do mid fire. So high fire is like, I think it's you're firing between cone 9 or 10. It's very hot. And then mid fire, what I actually do right now is cone 6. I don't think, I actually don't know if you can only do reduction in a high fire environment. I don't know if it matters that much. But what's happening in the reduction firing is that you cut off the supply of air into the kiln, and then like the this is such a bad explanation. Just go Google it, just so you know, like, you know the thing, you know the word to Google. But I'm just trying to like give you like kind of an idea. Somewhere, I think it's kind of like, I don't know, something is kind of starved of oxygen. I think it's like the fire. I don't know. I'm not really sure about that part. It's like starved of oxygen. So what it is doing, it is taking that from where it can, and it's grabbing it from the glazes and the clay body. It's taking it from the pieces that are in the kiln. And then because they're losing that element, that is like changing the result of the glaze, where if you glazed it in oxidation and compared it to a reduction one with the same glazes, I think most times they would look different. And I think that's kind of an appeal to people for doing reduction, is that you can have the same glazes, but you can have different results. And like, it's kind of like cost effective in that way. I don't know, like, I'm sorry, I don't know like all of the details, and people are gonna be yelling at me on YouTube probably. But I think, I don't know, like, I know like I'm not 100% there with my info, but like that is like just kind of like the two things that you can fire in, like the firing kind of environment. And I don't know, it's just kind of like another option like that maybe you've never even heard about. So now you know things, and you can go and Google it. And I'm just talking off the cuff. I'm not I'm not like presenting over here. I'm just talking off the cuff. So like, not all of that might be 100% accurate, but the gist is that one firing, there is airflow into the kiln, and then the other type of firing, there is no airflow. You stop it, you cut it off, you cut off the air from coming into the kiln, and you are getting a different result. That's the gist. I don't know I don't know about the details, but I don't know. I'm kind of curious about like if that's high fire specific or like what. But yeah, I just know that I don't really have that ability at this point because I don't think the studio that I go to offers that. But so like when you have that extra change with a reduction firing, there are changes with the glazes and the clay, and you are getting different results. And I think that in that type of environment, the glazes will interact more with each other. If you have like multiples like layered on top of each other, they're changing and they won't have like the expected color. One glaze that I have that does change very drastically, but it's not really like that temperature thing, it's just like how heavy the coating is that it will change from like this ugly purple brown to a like honeydew green. And that's like a perfect example of how glazes are not paint, and they're made of like elements, and you have this chemical reaction that's happening, and then you can get very drastic results when you're layering things, or how thick or thin glazes are, and there's all kinds of stuff that is like definitely kind of like frustrating in like the sense when you have to troubleshoot them, but I don't know, I think it really is very interesting to see the different things that the different like results that you can get. It's just like, I don't know, I kind of like that mystery element to ceramics. Obviously, if you know a lot more about like what you're doing, I think most times it's not that much of a mystery. But for now, I'm having fun with trying new things and testing things out. And maybe doing a little bit of troubleshooting. We haven't had too many like bad things happen yet. That one glaze that I have not figured it out. The one that turns from like brown to like honeydew green. I have a couple pieces that are ready to be fired. So we will see if I put a thick enough coating on it for it to turn into that lighter green color. But we're just gonna have to wait and see how that turns out. Hopefully we can get it. I really like the green that it's supposed to be. Okay, so we just have like a minute left. So, well, thank you so much for joining, Robert. It was so nice to chat with you again. I haven't seen you in a while. It's okay if you just want to have like a chill day where you just kind of hang back and eat your dinner or whatever. I don't know what you're doing. Cooking maybe. That's totally fine too. Next Monday, I promise we will be making things. We're not going to be glazing. We've been glazing all week. We will be making stuff. I don't know what I want to make next week. Maybe we'll do some like a different shape of air plant holders. I think that'd be kind of cute. I don't know. I have to kind of like see what I feel like doing. Maybe I'll have kind of like I'll find some inspiration thing over the weekend, but I promise we will be back to making something, and we're gonna be making something new. So that's exciting. So anybody that's watching on Twitch, thank you so much for joining. Be sure to follow along so you know when I hop online, and you know when new videos are coming out or whatever. Um, and then all of these ceramic hour videos will be uploaded to YouTube. We have 40 on there. I think this video right now is 41. So there's a lot on there. If you want to go check it out, if you're new to the stuff that I'm doing, we also have other things on the YouTube. A couple of tutorials. I'm working on making more. Also like more general art stuff for like all artists, or kind of like maybe small business related type of stuff. I'm working on making more like content that is not just the stream archive, but we have that whole playlist there of all the Twitch videos that you want to watch. And the YouTube channel is Callie & Co, just like this one. And be sure to subscribe so you know when I have new videos coming out. We nearly have videos coming out like every day from the Twitch, but I'm going to be making other videos to put on there too that are ceramic related and whatnot. So yeah, so thank you so much for being here and watching. I really appreciate you guys. And I will catch you later. Bye.